Against the backdrop of misty mountains, a quaint village nestled in the valley, its rooftops peeking through swirling fog. At the edge of the village, in a serene garden, stood Hiroshi, a young archer with a determined gaze, his bow drawn taut as he fixed his eyes on a distant target. With a deep breath, Hiroshi released the arrow, watching as it sliced through the air, only to land several feet wide of the mark. He let out a frustrated sigh, his shoulders sagging. This was not the first time his arrow had missed the target, and it certainly wouldn't be the last. No matter what he did, the results remained the same. Frustration gnawed at him, his dreams of becoming a master archer slipping further away with each missed shot. One day, Hiroshi approached the old Zen Master who lived in the village. With a worried expression, Hiroshi asked,
"Master, I can't focus on the target. I barely hit it twice out of 10 attempts. How can I achieve perfection?"
The master looked at Hiroshi with a gaze as steady as the mountain peaks and spoke with a voice like rustling leaves.
"Hiroshi, you will never be a great archer if you keep aiming at the target."
Hiroshi's brow furrowed in confusion.
"Master, how can one hit the target without aiming at it?"
With a gentle smile, the master replied,
"Yes, my dear, you should not aim at it, but you must become the target."
Seeing Hiroshi's puzzled expression, the master led him to the garden. They stood before a mango tree, and the master pointed to a ripe mango, instructing Hiroshi to target it. Hiroshi took his bow and arrow, balanced his position, and aimed at the mango. After he settled, the master asked,
"What do you see?"
Hiroshi replied,
"Master, I see the branches, leaves, many mangoes, along with the one you asked me to aim at."
"Need more practice,"
the master said, sending the young archer home. Hiroshi felt ashamed at the master's immediate rejection without letting him release the arrow. He felt disheartened but complied and continued practicing diligently, despite his many missed targets. Days turned into weeks, and with each passing day, Hiroshi felt a growing sense of connection with his bow and arrow. One day, Hiroshi returned to the master, ready to show his progress. The master showed him to the garden, and they stood before the mango tree. When asked what he saw, Hiroshi carefully responded,
"I see the mango on the branch."
"Practice more,"
the master said, sending him away to practice once more before silently moving on. After hearing this, Hiroshi was even more shocked. Without any clue about the master's judgment, he started doubting his ability. However, he wanted to prove his talent, so he continued his training even more intensely, keeping the master's rejections in mind. A few weeks passed, and Hiroshi returned once more. Again, the same exercise. When asked what he saw, Hiroshi responded with one word,
"Mango."
The master immediately said,
"Little more,"
and walked away. Furious, Hiroshi couldn't resist asking,
"Master, please tell me what is wrong."
Without turning back, the master replied,
"Become the target."
Hiroshi, filled with frustration and confusion, felt anger at the master's reply and decided not to return. However, his mind kept echoing the master's words, "Become the target." Although he felt disheartened, he continued practicing harder. Despite many improvements, he still missed a few targets, but he didn't give up. He made his training more challenging day by day, letting the master's words guide him from within. Months passed, and Hiroshi began to shift his focus. Instead of merely aiming, he immersed himself in the present moment. He listened to the whisper of the wind, the song of the birds, and the beating of his own heart. He concentrated on his breath, feeling each inhale and exhale like the ebb and flow of the ocean. His posture became an expression of harmony, his movements a dance with the universe. Full of confidence, Hiroshi returned to the master without a word. As they approached the mango tree, Hiroshi took his stance. His face was serene, his eyes sharp and focused. This time, he did not merely see the target, he felt it. He closed his eyes, and in that stillness, he became one with the bow, the arrow, and the target itself. His mind was clear, his heart at peace. The master asked,
Hiroshi, what do you see now?
This time, there was no response from Hiroshi. Not even a word. He stood still, embodying the target.
Shoot,
the master whispered. With a graceful motion, Hiroshi released the arrow. It flew through the air with purpose and precision, finding its mark effortlessly. He opened his eyes, not surprised but deeply content. In that moment, Hiroshi realized that true mastery comes not from conquering the world around us, but from harmonizing with it. He had not only become a master archer but had also taken his first step on the path to enlightenment. As the sun set behind the mountains, casting a golden glow over the village, Hiroshi bowed deeply to his master, gratitude overflowing in his heart. The master blessed him, saying,
My dear son, now you have learned the secret. I saw you become the target. You are now the perfect archer, one with the target. The greatest skill is not in aiming at the target, but in aligning oneself with the essence of the moment. When you become the target, there is no separation, only perfect unity.
And so, dear readers, let us remember, in the quest for mastery, we must not only sharpen our skills but also cultivate our inner selves. For it is in the stillness of our minds and the unity of our hearts that we find true perfection. Just as the archer who can hit the target without aiming, we too can achieve our goals when we are fully present and focused on the task at hand.